But shall we move on to the biggest thing that's happened? I want to do a review of the Ashes alongside obviously talking about the final test match that just finished literally 15 minutes ago.
Good timing.
I mean, I planned this right. England have won the last test match. The series is 2-2. And thanks to someone on our YouTube channel who kindly left a comment telling us exactly how many years it's been since England have last won the Ashes. England last won the Ashes in 2015. Australia have won/held the Ashes for 4 series in a row. Thank you, John.
Wow.
So that's a long time. Shall we talk about this test match? Shall we talk about it? It was again a really fantastic test match. It was entertaining in different ways because both styles of cricket really came out to play. England were playing one-day mode, and they scored at a fantastic rate. And then Labuschagne came out and decided to not score a run for the entire day.
Yeah, he got 6 or 7 runs from 90 balls or something.
God,
Yeah.
that is such incredible patience. That is a fantastic... whoever says that's boring, it's not. It is hard work. The mental capacity you need to not score for 90 balls is much higher than scoring. So really well done to him. But you want to talk about the toss? Finally,
Finally, Australia won the toss. They decided to field first. As you said, it was another great test match. England just played 2 ODI innings. As usual, they went about 5 an hour, it was really good. We were thinking that the rain might spoil this test again, but
the weather held out.
Yeah.
Thank you, weather gods, for letting us have at least some result.
Yeah, this was one of the best test match of the series.
Yeah.
And also Stuart Broad announced his retirement as well. So that's
I want to
also
talk about
added.
that because he came out. We've got a video on our Instagram channel where he's come down and decided to talk to the Sky Sports team about his retirement.
End of third day?
Yeah, at the end of third day, he decided to come down and give a little speech saying, I'm going to retire. Now, I am a engineer by trade, and I can do my work pretty quickly, right? But if you told me that you're retiring, it's going to take me a little longer than it took Sky Sports to build the entire montage clip. Something fishy is going on there.
I don't know. He said he decided on Tuesday evening.
Yeah, the night before, he said.
Yeah, and then he announced at the end of the day 3.
Yeah.
So, these guys are quite good, so I'm not surprised if they have any montage done very quickly. That just added, to this test match. Yeah, great finish.
We were wrong. We thought Anderson would retire, but Anderson has decided to not call it a day. I cannot believe it. Okay, here's the deal. I definitely want to go into Stuart Broad's career because what a fantastic person in terms of cricket he has been to the game of cricket and to England, for sure. We'll talk about that in a second. But Anderson, if you're the coach of England, Aaron, would you pick Anderson?
It depends on the, where they play next. They're going to India.
No, even I'm not picking him.
But last time when England went to India, he had some good spells.
2 overs.
Yeah, he had some good spells. I think in Chennai he took a 5 wickets.
That was during the COVID pandemic. Yeah.
I don't know. It's this England setup. They believe in their players, and a guy like Anderson, I think he earned the rights to retire whenever he wants. We can say whatever in this podcast. And I agree. He can do whatever he wants with the number of wickets he took, with the number of years he played for England.
Yeah. Even if he's just in the background and only plays 1 test match in a series, that's enough for the other players to get the experience, whatever
Yeah.
experience it may be, right?
Yes.
Not.
yes.
So I think a lot of people, obviously, Anderson, he is the greatest England bowler and one of the greats in the world of cricket. But people also sometimes forget he has probably the safest pair of hands in England, outside of Jordan, who's a one-day player. He incredible hands as well. So just an all in all fantastic cricketer.
And I feel a guy like Anderson, if he thinks, he can't perform or he can't do his best for England, he will retire.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the type of guy, who is going to stay here just to,
Just buys what he doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. He just wants to do the best for England. And yeah, I agree with you. I think there is going to be a lot of people like me who are going to question whether he should have retired. But he's earned the right to retire whenever he wants.
One thing as well.
It's different, right? Sorry, go ahead, finish.
No, one thing just quickly. These kind of players, like especially bowlers, fast bowlers like Broad, Anderson, this is very rare now.
Yeah.
So even though they are old and some people want them to retire, I think while they are playing, we should just enjoy watching them do their thing, because in few years we will never see this kind of bowlers, and 600 wickets in test match will never going to happen. A guy playing 100 plus test match for a fast bowler is never going to happen. No chance.
Yeah.
So yeah,
let's enjoy Anderson whilst we can.
Let's enjoy. Yeah.
Shall we talk about Broad? Going from one great to another. He has obviously officially retired now that the test match is over and England have won. What do you make of his career? Again, another 600 plus wicket taker.
Yeah, he's a great bowler. We saw his stats, but one thing people can talk about is his stats and everything. There'll be a lot of people talking about this. One thing I always felt about Broad, he's kind of this annoying bowler you have on the opposition. You don't want to face.
Yeah.
Not only because of his skill, but also because of his attitude. He's always, in your face kind of bowler.
Never give up, kind of, just always there. Or
always
thereabout.
there,
Yeah.
And always try his best, and I'm not surprised by his success because you can see his character. He never gives up.
You have to remember, people, again, don't give Broad maybe enough credit, but to succeed whilst being in the shadow of Anderson and be probably just as successful as Anderson is incredible.
Yeah, and both of them, they dedicated their careers to Test cricket.
Yeah.
They both played
well, England
ODIs.
weren't going to win the World Cup when they were in their prime. So that's...
yeah, they played a lot of white ball cricket, and then, they just specialized themselves to play Test cricket. What I like about him is he always wanted to improve. And not long ago, I saw a masterclass of Stuart Broad on Sky Sports, and it was amazing. And you could see, this guy, he's a legend, and it's not a luck that he's been so successful and took so many wickets. When he talks about cricket and about bowling, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
so,
I think I 100% agree. I think Broad is a legend of England cricket and of world cricket. Like we've already said about Anderson, it is very unlikely we will see a fast bowler take 600 wickets.
And just one more thing on Broad. We forgot about his batting.
3,000 plus runs?
Just his batting numbers were really good. Just after his injury, when he got hit from a bouncer from Varun Arun, his batting went a bit downhill. But he was a very capable batsman. His highest score is 169 against Pakistan, which is test level. Against
scoring 100 plus is against any team is
so
great.
He was a good batsman as well.
So England will miss him. I was surprised. I think so were you. I think a lot of people were surprised by his retirement. I think because of the way he looks and the energy he brings to the team, he definitely had a few more years.
I feel most of the players when they retire, I think they skill-wise they can still do it. It just at some point they just feel they're enough.
Getting up in the morning, doing the fitness, doing the overs in the morning, gym. These are professional athletes.
Traveling and everything.
Yeah.
But I felt I was a bit surprised, but I feel he chose the right moment. I think he was spot on.
He's definitely got the career in the commentary box waiting for him.
That's for sure.
I think he's going to be a great character in that Sky Sports dressing room. So, congratulations to Broad for a fantastic career. Shall we focus on a couple of other England players who I think have done really well? I want to talk about Crawley. Zak Crawley, who has been under tremendous pressure by people who don't know how to play cricket, has scored more runs in the Ashes than either Cook or Strauss. I was waiting for you to say Strauss because I forgot the name Strauss. Have ever scored in an Ashes series.
He had a really good test series. We talked about him in the last podcast about his 169 against Australia. It's good to see him, do it now consistently. That was the main complaint, even from us. That we all know he's a good player. It's no doubt about his talent, about his batting. It was just about the consistency, and it looks like he's starting to believe in himself a bit more.
You just need time, right? I think imagine, it's like, I always take the example of MS Dhoni. When he plays with a player in the CSK dressing room or India dressing room back in the day, he's like, I'm going to give you the entire season to play. You're going to have this jersey. You're going to have this batting position, bowling position. You're going to be my key person, right? When you put that faith in a person, right, they don't have to worry about things and they can just go out and perform. And I think a lot of players in the English dressing room, like Broad and Stokes, did that for Zak Crawley. They came out and said, he's going to be in the team. He's going to play no matter what he scores, right? People complained. Unfortunately, the English media is a little, it can get on your head sometimes, and social media isn't great either. But the team believed in him, and he's repaid it.
No, you're right. I feel 80% of his success coming from the dressing room.
Yeah. Because it's not like he didn't have the skill before, right? It's not like he's like suddenly in a year become the best opener for England.
If it was another setup, he would have been dropped long ago.
If I had someone in my cricket team telling me I was going to guarantee bowl 10 overs, imagine the success. No, anyway, I think I'm really happy for Zak Crawley is what I'm saying. He's a great cricket player. And I think for the first time in a very long time, no one in England will complain about the opening partnership.
Yeah, and if you see around the world, you don't see that many good opening batsmen at this level. And to see a guy like him who's an attacking player as well, it's good to see. It's exciting. It's good to see. The last player that I can remember is Sehwag for India, who used to give like this kind of starts.
Zak Crawley and Sehwag. That's a great comparison, and you can see it, right? You can see how easy he makes batting look sometimes. So he's got a few triple hundreds in him.
All you need to do now is just continue to play and perform outside England.
Yeah,
and he's young, so he has a lot of years.
The quote he made is, someone asked him a question: is this the toughest mentally you've had, toughest mental experience you've had? And Zak Crawley replied, No, it was the IPL.
No, that was not Zach Crowley. Zach Crowley, that was
Brooks.
Brooke. Yeah,
Was it Brooks?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was Brooks.
sorry, Zach.
Yeah, that was Brooke. Yeah.
I've confused the two.
But yeah, good series for Crowley, and yeah, it was one of the positive outcome of this Ashes series for England.
Shall we talk about the Australians?
Yeah, who's the Australians?
Well, Steve Smith has kept his average at Oval very high. It's probably not 95 anymore. It's 94.
Yeah, it will be a mixed feeling for Australia. They were 2-0
Yeah.
in this Ashes series, and they almost lost it 3-2.
Yeah.
So yeah, they will be disappointed. They haven't won Ashes series in England since 2001.
Yeah.
So, and this was like one of the best opportunity they had, being 2-0.
2-0 up.
Yeah,
And to not wrap it up.
it's a disappointment
I
for
think
them.
if you're in Australia right now, you're probably writing some pretty bad newspaper headlines. Probably worse than Ben Stokes being a baby and a brand new cricket ball, because Australia's performance has declined steadily throughout the Test series.
Yeah, it looks like when they are on the back foot, they just panic. Same thing happened when India went to Australia. The first test they won easily 1-0, and then there was a draw, and then there was India started putting pressure on them, and I felt like it was a very similar here as well. There was 2-0,
Yeah.
and then little by little England started to put pressure on Australia, and then they just cracked.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2-2. Yes, they will keep the Ashes, but I think they will be disappointed, really disappointed, because this was like the best opportunity they had in the last 20 years or 24
They
years.
just had to win one.
Yeah.
That's it. Win 1 of 3 or draw 2. They failed to do.
Yeah, so we criticized England in the first 2 tests for being too aggressive.
Yeah.
I felt Australia did the opposite. Sometimes they went too defensive,
Yeah.
and that's what they.
Well, we are applauding Labushang's 9 of 99, but really didn't help Australia.
No, if you take this test,
Yeah,
they lost by 49 runs,
they did.
and maybe if they played with more intent in the first innings, that could have been the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I felt. Sometimes that's very un-Australian as well, to play.
Yeah. I don't know the approach or the coaching capacity, like what approach they're going for. I think England have set their stall out. We know how they're going to play, whether you like it or not. I like the way Australia are going about playing Test cricket. It's, they take the situation as it comes, and they know there are 5 days. I'm surprised that Australia looked tired of the two teams, because they have bowled far less than England have. England have been scoring 300 runs in 50 overs, right? And so the Aussies have not been bowling as much as the English players have, the English bowlers.
Yeah, I feel they were mentally tired. When I was saying they went too defensive, it was also in the bowling and the fielding as well. They starting putting like fielder outside, in the first 5-10 overs.
Yeah.
And giving a lot of singles to the England batsmen. So I thought they went a bit too defensive in this Ashes series, especially after the first 2 tests.
Yeah.
That's why they're receiving end and lost today.
Yeah. Special mentions to people that are retiring. Moeen Ali.
He hasn't announced.
Well, he's not going to play again. Surely not.
He might play in India, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I
Okay.
feel-
Sorry. No premature, retiring from anybody, unless you announce it on Sky Sports. It's not happening.
No, Mo will play in India, I feel.
He bowled well today.
He bowled well today. He was injured, but still came back in the second innings. And yeah, he bowled well. I feel he did his job in this Ashes.
Yeah.
He just came in, did what Stoke wanted him to
Played
do.
number 3, played number 7, played number whatever.
Took
bowled.
few key wickets.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah,
I'm really happy with how the Test match has ended up, the Ashes series has ended up. I'm happy with where England are. I think at the beginning of the series, we were questioning their approach and the style of play, and I think they've definitely convinced a lot of people in England that this is the brand of cricket. McCullum can call India and become the head coach, please. Yeah, shall we do a quick review of the entire Ashes? Right, I wanna. You had a couple of things that you wanted to mention about the Ashes and how both teams have played.
Yes, so two different style of cricket. England, this new way of playing cricket, which is very different from the traditional way that Australia is playing. But you saw it's 2-2, so both style are relevant.
Yeah.
And you need to find what is best for you. You need to have also all the players
Yeah,
ready.
Very key to have the right players for the right type of cricket.
Yeah, so that's what England did well. It looks like everyone in the squad, they're ready to play this kind of cricket. Australia as well, they did well. 2-2 is not a bad result for them, but they could have played a bit more, aggressively. That's what I thought, a bit more positively.
Yeah.
But overall, they didn't, we haven't seen the best of Australia in this Ashes series.
No.
They always, stayed there waiting for England to do mistakes in the first two tests.
Yeah, and England aren't making mistakes.
Yeah, after the two tests, England made
No.
less mistakes, and Australia found it difficult.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think both styles of cricket are very relevant even today. Whether it's the aggressive brand, you've got to have the right players with the aggressive brand for sure. The key turning point for me, though, was Australia losing their spinner.
Oh yeah, that's a big loss, right? I think Nathan Lyon. Yeah.
I think had Nathan Lyon been playing, I think people don't give him enough credit because my God, he's been missed.
Yeah, he's their best bowler almost.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, he's clearly shown a deficiency in the Australian bowling lineup. And so much so that they didn't know whether to pick two all-rounders or one all-rounder and a spinner or everyone bowling, Travis Head, come on, have a bowl. Labuschagne, go another over. So, yeah, it's, sometimes we forget how good and great a player Nathan Lyon is, and he deserves the credit, and hopefully the recovery process is great for him because Australia need him right now, but also Australia need to look for a replacement for him who is probably better than Murphy.
They don't have that much backup. I think that the best option they have now is Murphy. He looks okay. I feel he will come good. In the coming years.
Is it the same case with Crawley? Just needs to give him time, and just like you're going to play 100 Test matches, go.
Yeah, he did well in this test, in the last Test match.
Well, Oval always has a better wicket for spin anyway.
Yeah.
So if you do badly there,
he did well with the ball and with the bat as well. So
I still remember the time when I was at Oval and it was Shane Watson was still playing the Ashes, and Matt Dawson was the spinner they'd picked. He went for like 16 runs in the first over, and I don't think he bowled.
You see, that's when you need your captain's backup.
Yeah.
A guy like Stoke will give him another over for sure.
For sure. So who shall we do like the roundup of who the players, man of the series for you from overall, and then we'll do like the best player on both sides, and then the disappointing player. So who's the man of the series for you?
On both sides?
No, can only have one man of the series. Come on.
Man of the series, one man of the series. I'll go for Vokes. Chris
What?
Vokes. Yeah.
He didn't even play all the 5 Test matches.
Yeah, that's how good he was. He played 3 tests.
He's going to come and collect his award from you because you're the only one giving it to him.
No, he did really well. He played 3 tests and he's almost top wicket taker. And since he came to the England side. They started winning, and he was one of the main player, I feel, for this England success. Because we said, right, like they were doing well as a batting unit,
Yeah.
kind of, they were scoring around
Scoring a lot
300,
of runs.
lot of
Yeah,
runs,
yeah,
around
yeah,
300, 350, but they didn't have the bowling, to...
I think he has like this wicket-taking knack, like Bumrah, where he just comes in and boom, you've got a wicket. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Especially with Anderson not performing, his bowling was key for England's success. That's why he's my man of the series.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if I can follow that up. Let's go with the most impactful pair from both sides, total, overall.
Impactful what? Batsman or bowler? Or
Overall.
anything?
Just give me a name that comes to your head when you think about the most impactful player in this test series.
I will say Khawaja for Australia.
Mm.
He was really good. He was their main batsman,
Yeah.
opening, and he did his job in most of the test matches. Without Khawaja, they would have struggled big time. And he's just having a good time in the last 2 years since he came back.
Maybe more, yeah.
Since he came
Langer
back.
brought him in.
So it's good to see him play. I like his batting, and to see him succeed in England. It's good to see, and it was really good to see like proper test batting.
And for England?
For England, you can't go past Joe Root. He's just so good, playing this reverse slap.
Oh my God.
For Cummins, and he's just an incredible touch at the moment,
Yeah.
and it's very difficult to get him out.
I saw a stat where the total number of times a player has scored in Test series over 300 runs, and there are only 2 players at 19. Joe Root. Can you guess the other name?
Sachin?
Yeah. So, don't ever discount Root. What a fantastic player for England and the world. And he's just like, it's fantastic to see him grow from when he started out to where he is now. It's just been a fantastic player for England and just been through so much with England and grown incredibly. Fantastic player, incredible for the game of cricket as well. Who's been the most disappointing for you for England?
For England, it was James Anderson.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I was expecting a lot from him, especially in England. The conditions were ideal for him, but he didn't deliver. That was a bit disappointing to see.
I agree, but that's pretty obvious. You don't need to look at the stats. Even Stokes performed better. I feel Stokes could have done better than he did, but he had a knock, at least when he got angry when Bairstow was run out. Whereas Anderson just didn't have any fire. But for Australia, who are you picking for Australia?
For Australia, it was Green.
Really?
Yeah, I was expecting more from him. Exciting talent.
Yeah.
Can
great.
bat, can bowl.
Can field.
Can field as well.
Yeah.
He took some good catches, but overall his input was very, very little in this series. And was it his second Ashes series? I was expecting a bit more from him.
Fair enough. 5 out of what? How many rating? If you were to rate the 2023 Test series, the Ashes Test series, what are you rating it out of 5?
This was top notch. I will say 9.8 out of 10.
Oh, I only wanted to give you out of 5, but we've gone the whole hog here.
Yeah.
So 9.8 out of 10. That is as high as you can get.
It was one of the best test series I watched. The 2005 Ashes, I haven't followed this closely.
Yeah.
But this one, we've been following very closely. And
Well, the test match has grown with our podcast,
Yeah.
or we've grown with the podcast with the test cricket. But anyway,
it was just amazing. Every test had ups and downs. One team taking the lead, then the other team catching up. I think overall 2-2 is a fair result.